I'm here at Lafayette, Louisiana at Cinema on the Bayou presenting Brotherly. Particularly honored to be screening in both the Quebecois and the English short film programs. I thought that I'd take this opportunity to explain what festivals are, because I think there's different perspectives or confusions or strategic approaches or non-strategic approaches to what festivals are, both on the public side, the industry side, and the filmmaker side. So while I'm here looking for a coffee shop, I figured I'd share my thoughts on this. So first of all, what is a film festival? I think what most people think of as film festivals are that like very schmoozy red carpet thing where it's like celebrities on the red carpet, things like Cannes, which really are, they're important to raise the profile of film and the arts, but Cannes isn't accessible to the public. It's really industry focused. Whereas something like this, Cinema on the Bayou in Lafayette, is much more community focused. Fantasia is another great example. Berlinale, I think, is amazing, super community focused. So there's that component of film festivals, and then there's the industry side. So that's where people will pitch films. Like I'm going to Hong Kong in March for FILMART. That's more of like a market conference, much more industry focused. But filmmakers, I think, often wonder how much should they invest in a film festival strategy. A lot of filmmakers don't have a strategy. So on that front, something to consider are premieres. World premiere status, international premiere status, European premiere status, South American, Asian, African. These are statuses. And what you want to do with each one of these kind of major milestones, including the world premiere, is that's an opportunity to leverage this kind of stamp of approval from tastemakers or curators or ultimately programmers. It kind of makes it easier for distributors, buyers, sales agents to say, this is likely a good film. I'm gonna invest my time into watching it, reviewing the materials, etc. And so once you have that first stamp, depending on how strong that stamp is, like if it's what's called A tier, B tier, festival, etc., then you can, for example, talk to CBC Film Shorts to license your film to Canada. If you're doing like an international premiere, that's when you might look to international distributors, sales agents, etc. But most filmmakers don't really have much of a strategy and they don't have a budget. And that's often where I see emerging filmmakers make a huge mistake, because they'll just start dumping money into any festival that is kind of coming up soon, given when they end up finishing the film. And you really do want to find a balance between that eagerness and taking off the director hat, putting on the producer hat, and saying, okay, where do I want my film to have its world premiere? Where do I want it to have its international premiere, European premiere, etc.? And tying those into potential prospects for distribution, sales agents, etc. So that you can say like, hey, I'm at TIFF, let me talk to CBC Films. Then, hey, I'm at Tasvir in Seattle, let me talk to some US sales agents and distributors. Like we're talking to Alaska Airlines, for example, to get it on US airlines. And so you kind of build your distribution strategy in so that you're leveraging the film festival as this kind of stamp of approval to entice buyers. In terms of budgets, that's another thing. Festival submissions are really expensive. It's not really a super viable art medium, to be honest. So yeah, with budgets, I think that's a place that I really see filmmakers dump a ton of money. I'd say for Canadians, $2,000 is a good place to start, so that you have, it's kind of like going to the casino in a way. You have enough of a bankroll that you could place some bets. It's a lot of money. You could do 1,000, less than that. I think you have to be very strategic. You can ask for waivers. Everyone says they don't give waivers. Almost everyone gives waivers of some kind. It's just a matter of like how guarded they are with those waivers. The other version is like if they know the filmmakers or if they are tracking the film, they might just go screen it at another festival or ask to see the filmmaker's latest film and then invite them to submit, or just screen it and just not charge them. So having said that, it's a lot of work to craft every personal email and say, hey, Gavin, I saw that you're the programmer at this festival and I think you'll really appreciate it, given your track record of screening films by South Asian, Quebecois, Canadians. That's a lot of research you have to do too to make it personal, to ask for the waivers. What's nice about asking for waivers is if you really think it's aligned, I would actually treat that less about saving money and more about starting to develop a relationship with a potential prospect who you do truly believe is interested in your film. That's it for budgets. As for how to fund this, most people self-finance. You can apply for some grants. Canada Council does seem to allow you to submit line items for festival strategy, graphic design, etc. Calc doesn't seem to support everything that goes into festival strategy and submissions. They have supported travel and professional development. They've supported me on those fronts. But the challenge is it takes so long with either of those arts councils to get a response. You really do have to consider if it's worth your time and money to go. And usually, ultimately, I've had to basically pay for a whole trip myself. And then when I've gotten the funding, then I've recouped. So yeah, just a heads up that you shouldn't count on them to fund the trip, which in a way is kind of a good way of kind of auditing yourself and saying, hey, is this worth my time and money? I've heard Ontario Creates is pretty good actually with supporting filmmakers for these initiatives. Let me know if this was interesting. Let me know if it was helpful in the comments. If you're in Louisiana or if you know anyone in Lafayette, tag them. And do you want more stuff like this? I'm figuring out this social media thing. It seems like it's necessary in today's day and age, but it's not clear to me how I can provide value on these platforms yet, so I'm kind of experimenting. Let me know what's useful and let me know what I should stop wasting my time on. Bye.